Environmental Studies for Standard 5 Activity-Based Learning. Curriculum often titled Looking Around in the CBSE system focuses on helping students understand their environment through various engaging themes and practical learning experiences. The curriculum explores topics like ecosystem, natural resources, sustainability, and conservation, while also encouraging students to relate scientific principles to their everyday lives. Environmental Studies Focus for Standard 5. Environmental Studies curriculum for Standard 5 focuses on exploring environment through various themes and practical learning experiences. The curriculum is structured around them. Family and friends. This theme explores relationships, work and play, animals and plants. Food. Students learn about different food sources, balanced diets, and healthy eating habits. Water. The curriculum covers the importance of water, its conservation, and different properties. Environmental Studies focuses on the following topics again. Shelter. Students learn about various types of houses and shelters around the world. Travel. This theme explores different modes of transportation and their impact on the environment, things we make and do. This theme covers topics related to materials, inventions, and human activities. Further, the topics of environmental studies are as follows. Class 5 Environmental Studies EVS topic generally covers the environment, natural resources, and their interaction with living beings. Key areas include understanding the environment, human senses, natural resources, process in nature, and the impact of human activities on the environment. Students also learn about plants, animals, food, water, shelter, and clothing. Understanding the environment. Ecosystems. Learning about different ecosystems like forests, grasslands, and aquatic habitats and organisms that live there. Human senses. Understanding how our senses help us perceive and interact with the environment. The topics continued. Second topic is plants and animals. Plant life. Exploring different types of plants, their parts, and their importance to the ecosystem. Animal life. Learning about various animals, their habitats, and their roles in the food chain. Animal adaptations. Understanding how animals adapt to their environment. Human beings. Characteristics. Different systems like skeletal system, digestive and respiratory system, diseases, communicable as well as deficiency, nutrients and balanced diet. Malnutrition. Students of class 5 also learn about sense organs and their structure and functions of these organs in environmental studies. Environmental Studies topic continued. Class 5 Environmental Studies EVS topic generally covers the environment, natural resources, human senses, and the impact of human activities on the environment. Now you can see this curriculum include Focus on foundational concepts. The curriculum introduces fundamental concepts related to the environment, such as the solar system, the human body, and basic social interactions. Integration of science and social studies. EVS is not treated as a separate subject but is integrated with both scientific and social aspects of the environment. Emphasis on practical learning is given in this environmental studies for standard 5. The curriculum encourages hands-on activities, observation and exploration to enhance understanding. Development of environmental awareness. Students learn about the pollution, natural disasters and the importance of sustainable development. Introduction to historical and social concepts. The curriculum includes topics like the evolution of mankind, the development of settlements, and the history of civilization. Now we will deal with the topic solar system, motion of earth, satellite of earth, moon and its phases. So I have given few diagrams here which will show you sun and its 8 planets. The Mercury is the innermost planet. Then comes the Venus, then the Mars, then the Earth, and then the Mars is the 4th planet, and then the Jupiter. So there are 4 innermost planets as you have learnt in the lower classes. Then the Jupiter has that asteroid belt, Jupiter, in between Jupiter and the Mars. Then the Saturn, Venus, Uranus and Neptune. You can see here there are 8 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Now motion of the Earth. Now you can see here the axis of Earth is tilted. So there are 2 hemispheres, northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, because of the equator in between. So when there is summer in the northern hemisphere, there is winter in the southern hemisphere, because the tilt axis of the Earth faces the sun in that particular time. Earth's rotation and revolution. You know that rotation causes day and night. Rotation of the Earth causes day and night, and the revolution around the sun causes change of seasons. So it takes 365 to revolve around the sun by the earth, whereas it takes 24 hours for the rotation of the earth. Now further, I have shown you the satellite of earth, moon and its phases. Now we can see the phases of the moon, because the moon revolves around the earth and it gets the sunlight, because moon is not having its own light. So its part which faces the sun gets illuminated by the sunlight, and therefore there are different phases. And also we can see that the moon only shows one face to the earth. So therefore you can see different phases here. Now first phase is the full moon, then the waxing globus, then the first quarter, then the waxing crescent, then the new moon, then the waning crescent, then the last quarter, then the waxing globus, and then again the full moon. So from new moon to full moon, it takes around 15 to 14 to 15 days, and from again full moon to new moon, again 15 to 14 days, or 14 to 15 days. So the lunar month consists of 28 to 30 days. So here I am talking about now day and night, how they are caused. Day and night are caused by the Earth's rotation on its axis. As the Earth spins, different parts of it face the sun, experience daylight, while the opposite side in the darkness, experiencing night. It takes about 24 hours for the Earth to complete one rotation, causing the cycle of day and night. So you can see in this picture how the Earth rotates around its own axis, causing day and night. Earth's rotation. The Earth is constantly spinning on an imaginary line called its axis. Sunlight. The sun's light illuminates only one side of the Earth at a time, day and night. As the Earth rotates, the side facing the sun experiences daylight, that is day, while the side facing away experiences night time, that is night. So you can see here how it is shown, night time and the daytime. And you can see the moon also of the Earth, satellite of the Earth, which is a natural satellite. Now further, there is a topic about the solar system, Earth. The change for seasons on Earth is primarily caused by the tilt of the Earth's surface the sun, which revives as the around the sun, as the Earth revolves around the sun. Yes, the change of season on Earth is primarily caused by the tilt of the Earth as it revolves around the sun. This tilt at approximately 23.5 degrees means that different parts of the Earth receive more direct sunlight at different times of the year, leading to the seasons. Earth tilt. The Earth is not perfectly upright. It's tilted on its axis. This tilt is the main reason for the seasons. Revolution and tilt. As the Earth revolves around the sun, different parts of the planet are tilted more or less directly towards the sun. Summer. When a hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, it receives more direct sunlight and has longer daylight hours, resulting in summer. Winter. Conversely, when a hemisphere is tilted away from the sun, it receives less direct sunlight and has shorter daylight hours, leading to winter. Now you can see the revolution of the Earth, and on which day we have both day and night equal, that is on 21st March, that is known as equinox, and it is also spring season. Winter in the northern hemisphere. Winter solstice is 22nd December. That time summer in the southern hemisphere. Now here I have told you 21st March, equinox. So in the northern hemisphere there is spring, whereas in the southern hemisphere there is autumn. Just opposite to that, equinox on 23rd September, that is autumn in the northern hemisphere and spring in the southern hemisphere. Now similarly, summer in the northern hemisphere, that is summer solstice, that is 21st June is the longest day, you all know, in our hemisphere where we live, that is northern hemisphere. Our India is in the northern hemisphere and winter in the southern hemisphere. So Australia, New Zealand, all those will have winter during that time, and there will be a shortest day on 21st June in that particular hemisphere. Now we will talk about the leap year now. Leap year are crucial for aligning the calendar with Earth's orbit around the Sun. Earth's orbit takes approximately 365.2422 days, while our standard calendar has 365 days. To compensate for this difference, we add an extra day, February 29th, every 4 years, creating a leap year with 366 days. This ensures that the calendar stays synchronized with the Earth's seasons, preventing them from shifting over time. The leap year solution. By adding a leap day every 4 years, we account for the extra fraction of a day in Earth's orbit, keeping our calendar aligned with the seasons. The Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar, the most widely used calendar today, includes a rule that years divisible by 100 are not leap years unless also divisible by 400. This further refines the accuracy of the calendar in relation to Earth's orbit. The phases of the moon are caused by the changing angles at which we view the moon as it orbits the earth, and the amount of sunlight reflecting off its surface. A lunar month, which is approximately 29.5 days, refers to the time it takes for the moon to cycle through all its phases from one new moon to the next. Causes of moon phases. Sunlight. The moon does not produce its own light. It reflects sunlight. Orbit. The moon orbits the earth, and as it does, different amounts of its sunlit surface become visible from earth. Changing angles. The angle between the sun, earth and moon changes as the moon orbits, making it appear as if the moon shape is changing. Lunar month. A lunar month is the time it takes for the moon to go through all its phases: new moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, third quarter, waxing crescent, and back to new moon. This cycle takes approximately 29.5 days. It's also known as a synodic month. So I have already shown you and told you about this. So please see this picture. Now we will talk about human body systems, because that is the second topic which we are going to deal with in this class 5 EVS. So you have to learn about some systems in standard 5, and the remaining system you'll be learning in standard 6. For class 5 EVS, students learn about several key human body systems and their functions. These include the digestive system, breaking down food, respiratory system, breathing, circulatory system, transporting blood, muscular system, movement, skeletal system, support and structure, and nervous system, communication and control. Now here we are going to see the skeletal system. The skeletal system provides the framework for the body, giving it shape and structure. It also protects vital organs and works with the muscles for movement. Now you can see this, all the different parts of the skeletal system, from the head, the skull, then the rib cage, then the shoulder bone, that is sternum, that is called as breastbone is called as sternum. Then the rib cage, ribs are there. Then there is hand bones, then the leg bones, then the finger bones, then the feet bones. All that we will see in this picture, in this diagram of human skeleton. Human skeletal system is made up of bones, cartilage, ligaments. The body protects internal organs and enables movement. Types of skeletal system. Axial skeletal system. Skeletal system, skull, that is axial skeletal system consists of skull, vertebral column and the rib cage. So what is skull? Skull protects the brain and supports facial structures. It includes the cranium, brain case and facial bones. Vertebral column or spine protects the spinal cord and provides support for the body. It consists of vertebrae, sacrum and coccyx. Rib cage protects the heart and lungs. It includes the sternum, breastbone and ribs. Appendicular skeletal system consists of limbs and hands and feet. The arms including the shoulder girdle and legs including the pelvic girdle. These are made up of bones like the humerus, radius, ulna, femur, tibia and fibula. Hands and feet including various bones like carpals, metacarpals, phalanges in the hands and tarsal, metatarsals and phalanges in the feet. Other important parts. Cartilage, a flexible connective tissue found at the ends of bones and in other areas like the nose and ears. Ligaments, strong fibrous tissues that connect bones to other bones at joints. Tendons, tough fibrous cords that connect muscles to bones. Joints, the places where two or more bones meet. Now you can see here various types of bones. There are flat bones in the skull, There is a femur, which is a long bone, irregular bone. The long bones are there in the limbs and that is the hand and the foot, leg. An irregular bone is there in the vertebrae. Short bones are also there in some part of ears. Very small bones are there in the ears. That is called stirrup. Now you can see here different joints. The ball and socket joint is there in the shoulder and the hip joint. Then the hinge joint is there in the elbow and the knee. Then the pivot joint or pivot joint is there, which is joining the skull to the vertebral column. Now vertebrae, they are movable joints. Then the sliding and gliding joint is in the wrist. Now the movement of this ball and socket joint is 360 degree, whereas the hinge joint is only 180 to 90 to 180 degree. Okay. The muscles movement, because muscles move. Muscles move our body by contracting and relaxing, pulling on bones to create movement. They work in pairs. When one muscle contracts, shortens, the other relaxes, lengthens, and vice versa. This coordinated action allows us to bend, straighten, and move our body parts. Here's a more detailed explanation. Muscles work in pairs. Muscles only pull, they can't push. To move a bone in one direction, one muscle contracts, that is pulls, to move it back. Another muscle antagonist must contract. Example, biceps and triceps in the arm, quadriceps and hamstrings in the leg. Human body systems. Now very important systems are respiratory and digestive systems, without which we can't survive. What is respiration in humans and its importance? The respiratory system's main job is to help us breathe, bring in oxygen and removing carbon dioxide. It's like a pathway for air, allowing us to inhale fresh air and exhale waste gases like carbon dioxide. This system also plays a role in warming and moistening the air we breathe, and even helps us to talk and smell. So you can see this, the organs of the respiratory system. The main organ is lungs, then the trachea, then that is called as windpipe also, then the nasal cavity, then we have pharynx and larynx. The larynx are the vocal cords, voice box. Pharynx is actually the epiglottis, which is there in digestive as well as in the respiratory system. Now here the mechanism of breathing. When you breathe in air, the diaphragm which is there in the abdominal, in between the abdominal and the cranium, the vocal or the cavity, what happens is when you breathe in, the lungs expand. So they push the diaphragm down. increasing the space of the lungs. And when you breathe out or exhale, now the previously which I told you is the inhalation. When you exhale, what happens is, as you breathe out, the diaphragm moves up, which will cause the lungs become smaller and the air will be pushed out. So that is called exhalation. Please see these pictures and understand the process. Now, the main organs of the digestive system for a 5th grade level understanding include the mouth, esophagus, that is called as food pipe, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. These organs work together to break down food into nutrients that the body can use and then eliminate waste. Now, in digestive system, what are the functions of different organs of it? The mouth is the main organ because we eat food with the mouth and we chew the food with the teeth. So I have given the explanation of that teeth also and a diagram of it. So please look at that in the next slide. Mouth. The process of digestion begins here with chewing, mechanical digestion, and the addition of saliva, chemical digestion. Saliva is secreted by salivary glands, which will mix with the food, making it a small balls. Esophagus. A tube that carries food from the mouth to the stomach using muscular contraction called peristalsis. Stomach. Food is mixed with digestive juices and acids here, continuing the breakdown process. Small intestine. This is where most nutrient absorption happens. Large intestine absorbs water and electrolytes from undigested food, forming feces. Rectum stores the waste feces before it is eliminated. Anus, the opening through which waste is expelled from the body. Now, we have seen so far the human body systems, skeletal system, respiratory system and the digestive system. The circulatory system you will be learning in 6th standard, and the nervous system also you will be learning in 6th standard. In 5th standard EVS curriculum, you have to learn these 3 systems in little bit detail, so please study that. The 5 sense organs, I am including the sense organs because the sense organs are very important, which are the parts of our systems only, and they help the system to work. So that is why sense organs are very, very important. The 5 sense organs because we perceive the environment because of the sense organs. The 5 sense organs in the human body are eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin. These organs help us perceive and interact with the world around us by allowing us to see, hear, smell, taste and touch respectively. Here's a breakdown of each sense organ and its function. Eyes. allow us to see the world around us, including colors, shapes, and movements. Eyes we are not going to learn in standard 5, you will be learning in standard 8 in biology and also in physics, some part in physics. Ears enable us to hear different sounds from soft whispers to loud noises. Ears also, the structure of the internal ear we are not going to learn in standard 5 in EVS curriculum. Nose allow us to smell various odors, both pleasant and unpleasant. You have seen in the respiratory system, the nose is the organ of respiration because through which we breathe in. We cannot breathe in through mouth because the impure air can go into the mouth. So we have to breathe through nose because which has the filter which filters the polluted air. Tongue helps in taste different flavors like sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami. Skin enables us to feel sensation like touch, temperature, hot or cold, and pain. Now, tongue also helps us to speak. That is also you should remember. Now, few diagrams I have given here so that you will be able to see what I have already told you in the previous slide about the tongue. So, which are the different points of different tastes? So, we have seen bitter taste, that is behind, then sour on the side, and the sweet is at the tip. Then this is the diagram of the skin. You can see the skin, you know that it is a excretory organ. It excretes sweat. So there are sweat glands. There are 4 layers here: epidermis, dermis, and the inner also layer, sebaceous, and all that you will be learning in 6th standard. Types of teeth and their functions, this you should know because you have learned about digestive system, so, and the mouth. So in the mouth there are teeth. So unless and until we chew, cut, chew and bite the food, it will not become very small. And then if you don't make it small, if you just gulp it, then what will happen? The saliva will not make it a bowl, and then it is difficult for you to take it to the stomach. So therefore you have to chew this, cut this. You have 32 teeth, you know that. The adults have 32 teeth, the children have less than that. So, incisors are the cutting tooth. Then the canines, they are the tearing teeth. Premolars, chewing, and molars also for chewing. So, we have to cut, we have to tear, and we have to chew the food. So these are the different teeth in our mouth, which are very important. So please look at this picture, study it, and all the different teeth. Environmental studies topic for standard 5, understanding the environment. Now this is, I have given some topics in this lesson 1 of class 5 EVS. Now I will be covering these topics in the next PowerPoint presentation, lesson 2 for class 5 EVS, that is environmental studies. Understanding the environment, because few topics are left. It would have been a very, very long presentation. You would have become bored seeing this. So, I am going to cover these topics in the next PowerPoint presentation, lesson 2. Understanding the environment, the natural world, learning about plants, animals, their habitats, and the interconnectedness of living things, natural resources. Understanding the importance of resources like water, air, and soil, and how to conserve them, which is very important. The earth and its resources, exploring the earth's layers, continents, and oceans. So this is geographical topic, but it is connected to science. So in environmental science or studies, we are dealing with all these topics, geographical as well as some topics of history, social topics also. Ecosystem, learning about different types of ecosystems and how they function. So above topics will be covered in this lesson part 2 of class 5 EVS PowerPoint presentation. Thank you. If you like my PowerPoint presentation and explanation of topics, please click the subscribe button and press like my channel and press the bell icon. So thank you once again.